All right. You are not
So
on your personal page.
good.
We're good.
All right, Mike. So if you want to just introduce yourself and get us started, and then anybody that hops in with us will let them in. Hey,
All right.
Maylin.
All right. Well, my name is Mike Webb. I am a real estate agent in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been in the business for a little bit over 3.5 years now. I was in IT before I got into real estate. That's why I kind of navigated towards all of the tech stuff that Keller Williams is putting out. I do run the Live Love Music City team with my wife. She has been in the business for about 8 years now. And it was really, we both wanted to get in real estate a long time ago. And we decided that she would go first instead of us both jumping into 100% commission from the very beginning. So I tell people that even though I've been in real estate for 3.5 years, I've been training for 8. So I think I have a lot of experience and still a lot to learn, but that's why we're with Keller Williams. We're all growth-minded individuals. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen.
You should be able to.
Yes, I will share my screen. I will share, and also a little bit about myself as well. Not only am I the Market Center tech trainer in my office, I'm also the productivity coach. I am on the Social Equality Task Force. I am a cultural ambassador for the region. So I wear many hats, but I just really love KW. I love the culture here. I love giving back. So yeah, that's how I got to where I am right now. All right.
All the things, taking all the opportunity, right?
Yes, all the opportunity. And I will say this side note outside of technology, Keller Williams, the programs and the classes that the company offers is definitely life-changing. I would always recommend anyone to plug in. Bold is something that has changed my life a lot. The 6 personal perspectives, just everything that you learn, you can apply in your personal life as well. And I've grown so much from just being with Keller Williams. That's why I give back as often as I could. So just a plug for everything that KW does for us because it's been amazing.
I love it. Bonus points.
All right. So I think Katie told you guys the reason why we connected. I posted my website on a couple of different posts in one of the tech groups asking to see different websites. And she sent me a message and said, hey, your site is amazing. I would love for you to come and teach the people in my Market Center how to do it. So I'll walk you guys through my site and then walk you guys on the back end of how I've made the different pages that I made. I did do something a little bit different, so it's not all of the standard templates or widgets that Keller Williams gives you. But I will say that I've watched a lot of videos from a lot of other tech trainers. Nick Baldwin is one. Jay Cermak is another one. Marty Miller is another one. So I take the best information that they provide and kind of combine it all in one to kind of create my own. So just want to let you guys know this is the homepage. Another tip for you guys, these hero images in the background, I'll show you how to change that. What I do to get all of my natural images is go to free stock images. I Google free stock images. This was one of them. And because it's a free stock image, I'm able to use it. So it has the awesome city background of Nashville. All right, so I'll just run you through my page real quick. About Live Love Music City. You guys can see here. This I totally ripped from Jay Cermak. So feel free to use it if you want to as well. But that paragraph, our philosophy is simple. Clients come first. We serve our clients and pledge to be in constant communication, keeping them fully informed throughout their entire buying or selling process. We believe in delivering an amazing customer experience. So thank you for Jay Cermak for that paragraph because I thought that was perfect. It fit what we do at Live Love Music City. So I use that. Nashville Real Estate, just basically put the areas that I service in the Nashville and the surrounding areas. And Y4C2Ts, I need to update my site because as you guys know, the Y4C2Ts have been updated to include equity opportunities for all. So this will be updated on my site after the weekend. Transforming lives and communities through real estate. That's just a tagline that my wife and we came up with for Live Love Music City for our brand. We are both passionate about transforming lives and helping each other out. And we just use real estate as the vehicle to do it. And then once again, I got this from Jay Cermak as well. Keller Williams is the largest real estate by agent count, has more than 1,000 offices and 180,000 associates. The franchise is also #1 in units and sales volume in the United States. Just think that's great information to put out there for your clients and your prospective clients. All right. Next thing is my seller's questionnaire. So I really like having everything in one place. We always send out links to our seller's questionnaire and our buyer's questionnaire. This is the seller's questionnaire. I'll show you guys how I inputted this and embedded it into the website. But everyone who is interested in selling their home, you guys should know this already. We pre-qualify everyone. So everyone, I don't care if it's my mom, has to fill out my questionnaire, right? And also, I want you guys to know that use this questionnaire. Well, the way we use it as well is information for our database. So I'm not going to go through question by question, but if you guys want to go to my website, livelovemusiccity.com, you guys will see it. But any information that you would need for your database to stay in contact and stay in communication with your clients, we have that in our questionnaire here. Buyer's questionnaire is the same thing, just questions geared towards the buying process or what you're looking for as a buyer. So once again, we embedded the questionnaire here on our website. I'll show you guys how to do that. About me, this all came from the marketing profile, which I'll briefly walk you guys through creating that marketing profile as well. About my wife, Christina, same thing. We took our marketing profile and it plugged all this information in. We didn't have to edit this too much at all. And Keller Mortgage. We are a huge component. We love Keller Mortgage. It's been amazing. Our clients have saved tons of money using Keller Mortgage. So we wanted to plug Keller Mortgage in here. If you click this apply now button, it's going to take you directly to my link with Keller Mortgage. If you guys know, you guys have your own personal link with Keller Mortgage that directs you to a loan officer. If you want to create a portal in Keller Mortgage where you have the same loan officer every single time, you can assign a loan officer to your account. So this will direct my clients straight to my loan officer choice at Keller Mortgage. And also has the mortgage calculator on there. And I will tell you guys how to get that on there as well. All right, so before we jump into the back end of things, does anyone have any questions for me right now? Tiffany, Malin, no questions? All right, and can you see the Facebook Live if anyone's chatting in there?
No one's chatting, but I've got it up. So,
okay,
yeah.
Awesome. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into command. So first of all, I have a question for you two who's joining us. Did you guys have your KW website set up right now?
Oh.
I have mine set up.
Okay, all right. And Tiffany, what about you? Maybe, maybe not.
She might have stepped away.
Stepped away. Okay. And I forgot to say this in the beginning too, for Malin and for Tiffany and for anyone else who jumps on. I really like interaction. So if you guys have questions, I don't care if you cut me off, you can speak up. Very, very informal when I'm teaching people. I like having conversations with people. I tell people I hate just talking at people all the time. So if you guys have questions, comments, or anything, feel free to shout them out and let's talk about it. And once we get done with the website portion of it, if you guys have any questions on command at all, if I can answer them, I will for you as well. All right.
Thank you.
So the first thing you guys got to do when creating your website is create your marketing profile. Your marketing profile is going to bring in a lot of information, plug it into your website, plug it into your app, plug it into your landing pages. It's something that's very, very important and necessary. So in order to do that, you click on the drop down next to your name, go to settings. On the left-hand side here, under Connect Settings, you will see your marketing profile. In your marketing profile, go ahead and upload anything that you have, your headshot. If you have your own logo, you can leave it there. If not, you can use your Market Centers logo, all of your details. This is very important because this will plug into anywhere that's consumer facing that's asking for this information. So like I told you about the Mike Webb, about Christina Webb, when I told you our bios, we didn't have to go in there and put them in. It's because we put them in here. I went to KW Connect, copied and pasted into my marketing profile here in Command. So super simple. If you already have your bio created, just copy and paste it and put it in here. And all this information across anything that's consumer facing will automatically populate for you when you get to that area.
And if you're a newer agent, Scott Leroy, when you set your profile up with him, it's pulling into Command. So you should just be able to verify if you've done it through him and you're newer.
So Scott Leroy is awesome. We use him in our Market Center too. Also new agents, if you want to get all of your contacts into Command, he will do that as well. There is another third-party app called PieSync, which I like to use, and I tell my agents about that. But also if you have a spreadsheet or a different database, if you get that information over to Scott Leroy, he will upload those into Command as well. So shout out to Scott Leroy. He's awesome.
For real, he's awesome.
All right. So once your marketing profile is set up, you are ready to go ahead and get started on your website. And so we would go to the Consumer tab. And if you guys are unfamiliar with Command and you don't know what those icons represent, if you click on the red KW up here, you will see what each icon is. So when I say click on the consumer icon, you don't know which one consumer is, click on the red KW. It'll expand the window for you and you can see what each icon represents. All right. So once you get to the Consumer tab, Agent Site Pages, and Configure Your Site. So once you hit Configure Your Site, you're gonna have a few options here. I wanna use the new KW sites. I have a Playster and wanna continue to use Playster, or I wanna explore other options. So those of you who were with Keller Williams before we rolled out our sites, we did have a contract with Playster. They did have some good sites, but I really believe that the Keller Williams sites offers more, and they're gonna continue to offer more to our consumers. And the cool thing about the site is it is the web version of our mobile app. You know, our mobile app is a big deal. So if you have people on your mobile app, have them use your website as well, because it's one seamless platform for them. All right, so we want to use the new KW site. All right, so it's gonna bring you to the Kelly Guide, and which is gonna be just a walkthrough of creating your site, so you can hit get started. All right, and acknowledge and continue. So it brings you to the main page. Now I'm gonna click through all of the pages. I'm not gonna save anything at the end of it because I don't know if it's gonna replace what I have out already. So I'm gonna just walk you guys through the steps and show you what I did at each step. All right, so find your dream home. This is the main page to your website. Well, first thing you gotta do is create your subdomain. So since our team is called Live Love Music City, we chose that as our subdomain, and it's livelovemusiccity.kw.com. That is our website. If you guys buy your domain, just like we bought livelovemusiccity.com, we can point our domain to this. So if you went to livelovemusiccity.com, it's gonna point you to livelovemusiccity.kw.com. All right, so first you have to do is choose your subdomain. You can only have one subdomain. So you can't create separate subdomains, can't have more than one. You can only get one. So whatever your name is or whatever your team name is, go ahead and pick that and stick with it. Second step, most of this comes in from your marketing profile. That's why I told you guys it's very important to get your marketing profile set up. It's gonna bring in so much information for you guys. So all this information came in from the marketing profile. Of course, everything in red with the red asterisk is mandatory. I would just advise you guys to go in, read through it, double check it, make sure everything is right. Got to know your market center number and all that good stuff. And if there are any legal footer images that you want to add, you can add it in there. Imagery. So once again, it's pulling from my marketing profile, my headshot, my Keller Williams office logo, my team logo. And this is an example. The examples won't show up on your website. I had a lot of people ask me questions about that. It says Royals Realtors everywhere I go. That's just showing you what's going to happen. So as you guys can see right here, I have KW in the logo. That's what the example is showing you guys. It's going to be KW and your logo right there. And if you guys, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, that's going to differentiate you guys. For those of you that I tell y'all, when you have to have your brokerage name and branding on things, it's not the simple KW, which is the franchise. It's a KW something. So that's why it's showing the Royals Realtor. So that's either your team brand with the KW or your brokerage KW Montgomery.
Yeah. So that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. If you guys don't have Keller Williams in your logo, your brokerage is going to have to be over here on that side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you guys want to link your Facebook business page, which I highly recommend, I don't know who used Twitter. If you do, it's great. Go ahead and link it in. And since this is my wife and I, we don't have a joint LinkedIn. We do have an Instagram page that I don't manage. She manages, so I can put that in there. But we do have a YouTube channel. So we put that on there and your KW app link. Fun fact about the KW app link. If you guys have a domain, like I said, we bought livelovemusiccity.com. You can get subdomains for free. I called GoDaddy and I told them I wanted a subdomain for my mobile app, and my subdomain is app.livelovemusiccity.com. So I don't ever have to post this anywhere. I don't have to share this link. I don't have to remember that code right there. If I'm out and about, if I'm networking, I could just tell people, hey, go to app.livelovemusiccity.com and you can download my app. So that's been super convenient. That's just another benefit of owning your domain, which domains are like $10 a year. It's something super cheap. So I always recommend going out and doing that.
It sounds fancy, but it's really inexpensive.
Super inexpensive. All right. So once we're done with that, go ahead and hit save and continue. Now I'm moving you guys around on my screen as I'm clicking. Do you guys see yourself like the way I see you on my screen?
We just see you as like a bar and then your screen. But
Okay.
when you're sharing your screen, you do have to move around.
But you don't
see
see
the
me
screen
moving
and the
around.
people. Yeah, no, we don't see that.
Okay.
I've always wondered that too. So thanks.
All right. Style and theme. This really doesn't do anything at all. KW red or KW dark. I don't even think it changes. It changes this right here. That's it. Really doesn't mean anything. I keep it on KW red. Red's my favorite color, if you guys can tell. All right. And next is homepage text. So find your dream home. You guys can edit that text if you want to. Upload a hero image. So hero images are the images that you see on the background. This is where I went to the internet, Googled it, and free stock images Nashville, and I put all of my pictures for Nashville for my website. Or if you guys are photographers, if you guys take awesome pictures or know someone that takes awesome pictures, you guys can use their pictures as well. If you have a photographer in your database, that could be a great partnership where you can showcase their work on your website. So have them take some Nashville pictures for you and give them a shout out on your website. That's a good idea. All right. What else is on this page? I think that's it. So find your dream home. I think that's a great for searching, or you can do anything you want to there. Love that you can search by neighborhood, address, school district, or zip code. That's going to automatically appear on your website. All right, the company profile page. This page is very, very important. This is the page where you can do most of your customization at. So every page that you saw on my website was a company profile page that I customized with the HTML code. Right, so my first page, actually, let's go to it. Maybe got the Zoom controls blocking my tabs. All right. All right. So this page right here is the same thing as the company profile page, right? You guys can see the similarities. I didn't change anything at all. I left the picture on the right, then the text, then the same thing on that side. If I come here, all I did was change the picture, change company profile to Live Love Music City, and that will update once you change it. Where it says enter a quick description of your business, that's where I put that awesome paragraph from Jay Cermak. That's where I put a picture of Nashville and the areas that I service. This is where I put the Y4C2Ts and what they mean. Footer heading, this is where I put our tagline for Live Love Music City. And footer description, that's where I put the facts about Keller Williams in the United States. So super, super simple to edit this page and make it look good. Like I said, I made it our Meet the Live Love Music City team, talked about our philosophy, talked about the areas we service, talked about the Keller Williams belief system and what we say and Keller Williams. So super basic and very straightforward with that. So continue. All right, the About Mike web page, all this came from my bio. I mean, all from my marketing profile. Same thing with the Contact Us page, all came from the marketing profile. Now, the next pages that I did, and let me see, I'm gonna hit, all right, so I'm gonna go back to, let's just do this. So the additional pages that I have on there, in the consumer tab, you could create a new site. When you hit create new site, you want to do on my agent site and create page. So when you do that, it's going to pull up the different pages that you can create. And when I said that company profile is the one that you want to use, the one that you want to edit to kind of create those, like I got my buyer's questionnaire, my seller's questionnaire, the Keller Mortgage, all that's done there. And all this information is in there. So this is the document that I will email you guys if you guys want to use. I didn't do too much editing to the coding of it, only a few things. So this was a template for the Keller Mortgage, and I changed it based on what I wanted to see on my website. So headline, it's right here. And then none of this stuff means anything to you, right? You guys want to leave it the same. You don't want to change it. Keep the spaces the same, keep the characters the same. This is not spelled wrong. Don't worry about spell checking it. We want to keep everything the same. Right here, where you see this link, this is the important thing. Are you guys familiar with the Google Forms? Okay, a little bit. All right, so my buyer's questionnaire, my seller's questionnaire, those are Google Forms. Went in there, created that form, and when you create a Google form, it gives you a link. I put that link right here. The only thing that I had to edit was when I added the form to the page, the width and the height. I wanted it to be legible and I wanted it to be able where you can fill it out on the website. When you first do it, whatever the default of the width and the height right here is, it makes it really small. So I went around, I played with those numbers. They will be in the document that I send you. So you guys shouldn't have to play around with them too much. But this is what I came up with as the perfect one for the way I wanted my site to present. All right. And that's the only thing that you would have to change in here. Now, I know you guys are wondering, what do I do with this information? Here it is right here. So we went back to, actually, let's just go to, the company profile page. So we'll continue. Save and continue. All right. This is the company profile page. This is the page that we're going to edit to create those additional pages that you want. This tells you what to do in each section. Right, so where it says center, leave that because that centers the text, obviously. The header image, section 1 heading, section 1 text. Under the content tab, section 1 header, section 1 paragraph. You're just basically filling in the blanks. So it's telling you what to put in each section. Does that make sense? Okay. So all you have to do is follow the directions that you have on here. And you could create just about any page that you want as long as you have a link that you want to embed into the website. So once again, this is my link for my Google form. I think I did the buyer's one last, so this is the buyer link. I got a link for seller link, and I got a link for Keller Mortgage. So all I did was went to the same document, inserted the link, and changed some of the wording down here. And once you save it into your website, it will be live and active and show the way that my website shows on here.
Now, Mike, your questionnaires, are they related to that Keller Mortgage page, or are they on your buyer and seller tabs?
They're on my buyer and seller tab. So I have a seller's tab and a buyer's tab.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And when I want to send a prospective seller my questionnaire, I just copy this link and send that to them. I'm getting them used to going to my website for things.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. And then this is just something, a couple questions, I guess.
Yeah.
To get their basic information. Got it.
It takes them about 10 minutes. I mean, like I said, I'm getting a lot of information about them to be able to communicate to them effectively and to be able to add to my database. So like for one thing in the very beginning, and it's a mandatory question, if we ask your best friend to describe you, which would they choose? If you guys study the DISC assessment, I'm learning their DISC personality type so I know how to talk to them from the very beginning.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Right, so this questionnaire not only helps me help them, it just gives me so much information about how they want to be communicated to and how I can talk to them after the transaction, right? It's about building relationships. So I want your birthday. I want your spouse's birthday. I want to connect with you on social media. The best time to contact, it's just information that we need.
Gotcha.
Right, and it goes on, but I want your kid's name, your dog's name, all that information. Yeah.
Would you mind sharing your questions?
Oh yeah, you guys can go straight to my questionnaire on my website and check it out. So livelovemusiccity.com, click on my buyers tab or my sellers tab, and you guys can see all of the questions that I ask.
Okay.
Right. So any questions? I know this could be a little cumbersome. Any questions about the HTML code?
I don't think so. I guess until we start like really getting in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So all you have to do, this is just a Google document. You're just gonna copy and paste all this information into the command side. Now this goes into your, this goes into the text field. Right here, the intro paragraph. All of this information, right? So you're gonna copy from where it says that less than sign before center, all the way to this one. So it's 2 pages of information. It's all gonna go into this intro paragraph box. And when it goes into that, it kind of overwrites everything else that's here. So that's why I'm using this company profile page, but you don't see anything here. It's all behind, basically, right? So only thing my Google Forms are doing is covering up what's behind it. And it's doing the same thing on this, my buyers, and also my Keller Mortgage. So once again, everyone, we have our own Keller Mortgage link. If you guys don't use them, I suggest you use them. This is a hero image that I pulled off the internet. And that company profile page is behind this, but this is my Keller Mortgage link in front of it all because I posted that into the intro. All right, and that honestly is it. It's not that difficult. You just got to kind of get in there and play around with it. But this code is very magical. It's going to help transform your website and make you stand out a little bit more. And I do have a feeling that Keller Williams is going to put out a lot of widgets and a lot of things that's going to help us in the future. But as of right now, let's just rely on people that know more than me, because I couldn't write this code. So I'm thankful for whoever wrote this code. But it's out here. We can use it. It works, and getting great feedback from it from my clients. All right. So any questions around tech at all right now? So everyone's a guru in command. Yep, you're muted, Tiffany.
Getting there. I do have a question. So how I don't know the word, but are you really using your website at a high level, like getting leads from it, or is it mostly for like directing your clients there?
It's mostly for directing my clients.
Okay.
So if you're in my database, if you're a client of mine, of course I'm getting you started on my website right away with the buyer and seller's questionnaire. But also you're got my app on your phone because I utilize the seller guides, the buyer guides. So I just like to tie all that in, especially with my buyers. I have them download the app and add me as a co-collaborator, so we can share listings with each other, share notes with each other right through the app. So I utilize the app more than a website, but I do let them know that they can use the site to search for homes as well. Most people look for homes on their phones and not on the computer.
That's true.
Yeah, so I really do push the app a lot more than my website, but I do have my people on it.
Did you do any customization to those guides?
Very little. I thought I was going to get in there and change the guides all up. The way those guides are, it's the process perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I did change some of the pictures on the guide, but I use the guides the way they are.
Yeah. Do you guys know what he's talking about for the guides inside the app?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's also in here in the consumer section as well, inside of Command, how to get in there and edit and change those guides up a little bit.
How do you use landing pages and things, Mike?
Landing pages. I love landing pages. So let's see, can you X out of this and it takes me back?
Yeah, Kelly gets mad, but it's okay. You can just X her out. She'll be fine.
So here's some landing pages that that I have for listings. Let's see. This one is turned off. Well, let's look at this one. All right, so this is one property that we had. It's about 30 minutes outside of Nashville, but each one gets their own property website. Has a video.
Great value add.
Yep. Now this is, so we use a company called Real3D. We get videos on all of our listings as well. We upload them to our YouTube channel, and then we can plug that video in here. And then about us and the contact information. Another thing that I've seen agents do at taking landing pages to another level. Do you guys utilize Matterport 3D tours on your listings?
We have a couple of agents that do.
Okay, so I've seen agents actually walk you through the house with the 3D tour, record their screen, on an application like Zoom, or Loom is another one, and put that video right here.
Oh, like a personal virtual tour.
Yes. And
I like
then
it.
they take that and do a Facebook campaign and get people saying, take a live 3D tour right now, click learn more. So now you're capturing information. And when people click that learn more button, it takes them to your landing page where you're giving a live virtual well, not live, but a recorded virtual 3D tour of the property. So now you can utilize that listing, create a Facebook campaign, get leads from it. Your sellers are very impressed of that landing page. They're sharing it on their social media pages. You're just getting so much engagement from that. It's amazing. So that's how you can utilize these landing pages at a high level and get leads from it.
And they're fairly easy to customize and create, just like the website, right?
Super, super easy to customize and create, yes. And to create that, you just do create a new site as a standalone page.
Mm.
And then you'll see your widgets over here on the right-hand side of the screen. You just click and drag your widgets over. So like if I want the branded header, I drag it up, there's the branded header. Lead form is how you're going to capture the information. You got a market snapshot. You can add a video. So whatever you want to add, you just click and drag it over. And when you put the information into the content blocks, hit configure widgets, and you have a landing page. It takes 5 minutes to create a landing page, and it's so, so valuable.
And this is too how we've talked about it before. They're doing open house landing pages. So instead of having someone sign in, you have them register here and it goes to your database.
Yep, absolutely. Because anyone that signs into your website, I know you guys probably know this, it creates a contact inside of Command for you, marks it as a lead.
Very cool.
Valuable. So that's a great way to use landing pages. Something else I was going to say, I just forgot. If it pops up, I will let you know. Guide Builder, this is where you customize the guides at. The buyer guide and the seller guide. It's right there.
I think when you said, the content is good in those guides, but even some like personalized photos would be cool because they're seeing you in the app. If you have images, you want them to be professional, of course, but that's really would be a good personal touch too.
Yep. All right. So any other questions around any of the tech that we have?
I just appreciate you taking time to meet with us today. What's the one thing you're implementing for MegaCamp, Mike?
Wow. One question, I forgot who said it, kind of stood out to me more than anything is, are you willing to try new tactics? And I think that kind of hit home because real estate has changed over the last 6 months. I think we heard Gary say that it was going to organically happen over the next 5 to 6 years. We were forced to do it over this year, basically last few months. So what we did to get business the last 8 years, we're not going to be able to continue to do that same thing the next 8 years and see the growth that we've been seeing. We're going to have to try brand new tactics, which means we're going to have to fail some, right? We fail forward. So what worked before is not going to work in the future. I got to wrap my head around that because I'm not a high D person. I'm like a SC person. So I'm like, this is my system. This is what works.
This is mine.
Yes, now I have to change that completely. So that's something that really stood out to me. I forgot who said it, but
well, that's true. And was it Google or I think it was Google saying that the companies embracing tech and how to use technology are seeing over a 200% increase in business versus those that are not. So the real estate agents right now that are like just leaning on MLS listings, they're going to be suffering. So embrace the tech, learn how to use it, right?
The tech is a key part into our success in the future. And we were in the mastermind yesterday with one of our investors, and he has a mega team, and he was saying that the future of real estate, he doesn't see it being operated the same as it's being operated right now. he sees us doing less work because technology is going to do more of it. But he also says that he sees our pay decreasing some as well. He says the pay is going to match the work that we do. But the way he looks at it is because I'm doing less work per file, I'm going to do more business anyway.
Right.
Because right now, his team services, I think they do between 200 to 300 homes. He's going to say the amount of time that it takes us to do that now, we can probably do 700 or 800 homes in that time.
Right.
So he's
More
saying,
efficiently.
yeah, so he's saying, so he doesn't see his income coming down at all. He just sees himself working more efficiently and getting more business.
Yep. Well, I love it. Thank you so much for taking time to meet with us today. And thank you for being the leader you are with all of the things you're leaning into KW. You are the people that are making our company better. It's not the leadership or the staff, it's the agents that are like, man, I'm all in. Those are the difference makers.
I definitely appreciate the opportunity. If you guys have any questions, because that's what always happens, you guys get into it and then you're like, crap, I don't know what to do right now, or how could I do this? Feel free to reach out to me anytime. My personal cell phone number is 773-263-2442. And my email address is mikew@livelovemusiccity.com.
Well, thank you, Mike. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully we'll hear from you again soon. And we'll send you our Nashville referrals, more importantly.
Sounds good. I love it.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
All right. You're welcome. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.